live? Oh, we are live. It's all updated now, folks, so I have no clue if we're live. I'm guessing we are. We're 18 seconds, 19 seconds and live.
Well, there's a little box in the top left-hand corner, just up there, that says live.
Yeah, and got the countdown at the top.
You leave me alone.
33 seconds now, 34, 35, 36, 37.
Right, I don't need this count. You guys counting this
2 seconds. With 42 seconds, not 2.
All right, well, 44. So, guys, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Tonight, as you can see, guys, we have got the lovely Nicky Stone with us tonight. Hey.
Hiya.
How are you, my love?
Yeah, I'm doing okay, thank you. Really good. Now that I'm on here, you know, it's I've been a bit nervous, but yeah, you've sort of eased me backstage.
You'll be absolutely fine, my love. I will take good care of you, or Ellen will have my ass on a plate tomorrow if you don't have a good time on here. So I will look after you.
I'm still laughing at cryptids. I'm still laughing at that, to be honest.
It's true. I study cryptids.
You're not the only one that laughs.
You wouldn't know good tits if it jumped up in front of you and bit you in the arse.
Not these days now.
So, how is everyone tonight? Is everyone well?
Yeah, fine.
Really well.
Oh, Wayne, why are you getting half and half?
I'm still just a little bit suffering from a paranormal hangover.
Oh, why are you suffering?
Well, my body still hasn't caught up with the 800-mile round trip I did at the weekend.
Oh.
Seriously? Wow. That is, wow.
It does take a little while to catch up.
Yeah. It was basically a trip from Colchester in North Essex all the way down to Bodmin Moor and the Jamaica Inn. But on the way back, it was via Northampton.
Baby.
Hi, Noreen.
So on the way back, we left the Jamaica Inn, drove down to Plymouth, then back past the Jamaica Inn to the Forest of Dean, then up via Northamptonshire, and then back down to Colchester. So in all, we covered 800 miles.
Wow.
So it was one hell of a journey.
Oh, thank you, Noreen. I love you too.
But I will say it was well worth it.
Yeah.
Definitely well worth it.
It always is. You know, when you get a buzz, don't you? Especially on any paranormal investigation, no matter where you go, you know, the passion, you know, it makes you euphoric, you know, literally.
Yeah, I mean, and for me, I mean, I've been into the paranormal, including with Most Haunted, since 2004. And I've been past the Jamaica Inn so many times, but never actually stopped there. And it was on my bucket list. And so to actually get the opportunity to go there and have the night there, wake up the following morning and have a breakfast there, and then say goodbye to everybody and go, ticked off my bucket list. And I felt so overwhelmed by it all. You know, I brought the souvenirs. So I've got my Jamaica Inn beer mat, my little beer towel, which I've got sitting on my side here. And I'll probably get another couple when I go back in November.
Yeah.
Because we're going back down there again towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
So I'll be going to buy some more souvenirs and some more experiences. So I'm looking forward to it.
Got to be done.
If anything's missing in a Jamaica Inn, I'm telling Karen Bassett. I'm messaging her.
No, nothing goes missing. I buy my souvenirs. I don't take them.
Is the Jamaica Inn the one down Cornwall?
So on Bodmin Moor. But when you look at the place, it's strange because the surrounding houses, there isn't enough people in those houses that warrants having a pub that size there, because it's massive. It's huge. But you've got the Smugglers Museum, you've got the farm shop, you've got the gift shop, and the hotel above it. So when you look at the size of it, it's what really is way too big for the area that it serves.
Wow.
But it survives not just because of what locals do go in there, but from people that travel far and wide just to go to the pub.
Yeah.
You know, they'll go down there and they'll just go in for a meal. And they can come out and they have their photo taken outside and I've been to the Jamaica Inn, you know, and you think, okay. But it's an awesome place. It's brilliant. So
Mr. Nicky, I'm going to be really gentle with you. Really gentle.
Okay.
Tell me all about yourself.
So I am Stone Bear Shaman. My real name's Nicky, and I have been into different things over the years, mediumship, development, you know, for events companies. I actually used to be my mentor used to be the medium for GC UK before the merged with the Most Haunted Experience. So I used to help out there, you know, a bit here and there, training up and stuff. But yeah, I've loved everything that I've done, to be honest. You know, started off as fortune telling at the age of 5, and I come from a Romani family, so fortune telling's in the blood, and I just love everything about my heritage. And I learnt to read a crystal ball by the age of 7, and joined a coven at the age of 10 to the age of 15. Loved that. I learnt Norse shamanism, so Viking witchcraft, if you want to call it that. And I developed as a medium from the age of 15 into my early 20s. And then I started off on my own, and I teach multiple workshops quite all over. And I do events. And then I become a part of a paranormal team, my team White Rose Paranormal Investigations. And I've been there officially 6 years. January just gone. So yeah, I've loved it. You know, I've met so many lovely people over the years, you know, and meeting you a lot as well now. So yeah, it's nice to meet you.
And I just want to quickly point out, guys, for people who don't know, is White Rose was actually Cliff Jones's team. Cliff Jones, who used to tune in to everyone's podcasts.
Yeah.
Cliff, who passed away, it'll be 2 years now, Nicky, won't it?
2 years. 2 years.
Yeah,
It's 2 years this February.
This year. So, and that's how I met Nicky. It was actually started off spoke to Ellen, and then it got gradually opened up towards the team.
Yeah.
And I first spoke to Wanda, and then I gradually got led Nicky.
Yeah.
And now I'm Nicky Stalker.
Yeah, you're ace. I love you to bits. You're awesome.
So you're going to be doing a podcast. So tell everybody about your podcast.
Yes, so we have just recently started up on the podcast road. We discussed it as a team, and we were trying to think of a good name. And we thought, well, how it goes with White Rose, you know, it's a fitting with the team name. But we decided to go down the podcast road because we've been passionate about, you know, the shenanigans that we get on behind the scenes, and you know, we really want to hear other people's story, you know, their words in the moment, you know, their journeys, you know, and I think that's just an incredible thing, you know, mingling with like-minded people, you know. I just think it's brilliant, you know. But we decided to go down the podcast road, and we set up a page called How It Goes with White Rose Podcast. So if you want to follow that, do a bob on, and we'll be getting the ball rolling after April, and we'll be getting in contact with guests. I know Lois said she wanted to come on, so definitely up for that. But yeah, it should be good. I'm excited.
I'm actually, guys, what I'll do is, well, Nicky's in front of me, is I'll share just as he's in front of me. But podcasts are brilliant things.
Yeah.
They are really, really good things. And, you know, if somebody told me back in maybe 2018 that I would be doing a podcast,
Yeah.
I would have probably turned around and said to you, no, not in a
Yeah.
million years would I
Yeah.
ever be doing a podcast. But I look at 2020,
Yeah.
what happened in 2020, and I don't know where I would have been without the podcasting, because
Yeah.
that was a time where everybody was doing podcasting.
Yeah.
That's what started everybody doing podcasting, was because everybody was in the house, nobody was allowed out. You know, a lot of people was in the house. You know, people didn't have no one, couldn't see no one, so it's the only way for people to communicate. And podcasts are great things. You get to meet new people, you get to, hear people's stories, you get to,
Yeah.
have a laugh, get to, hear, different opinions.
Yeah.
And it's
One
great
thing,
to see.
yeah.
Sorry, when you go live.
No, one thing that I've noticed with podcasts, especially with your lot's podcast, you get to see the world through someone else's eyes, and I think that's amazing.
And it's not just that. I think you get to see people how they actually are.
Yeah.
Like, see what you see with me is what you get in real life.
Yeah.
It's no, you see me as a person, you see me paranormal investigating, it's two different people.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get me.
Yeah.
It's great to have that down to earth chat. And I love meeting new people. I definitely do. I love talking about the different subjects that I do. I love talking about movies. I love talking about true crime. I love talking about the paranormal. And I just love having a laugh and making people laugh. And see if I make one person smile, job done. And Noreen loves talking about cryptids. Who loves
I
that?
really love that.
Everyone loves talking about cryptids.
She loves my cryptids. I've brought a whole new meaning to cryptids. I still don't believe in Nessie, but right, guys, I am just going to put the link in for Nicky's podcast. So if you guys could go along, please, and give a wee following, that would be brilliant. That is the link there, guys. So if you guys could go in and give a wee following, that would be brilliant, and I would be much appreciative.
Thank you very much.
Of that. So when is your podcast? When do you think you
we get the ball rolling? Get the ball rolling about May. Because with the new page you had to get over 100 followers and you had to wait at least 60 days for it to verify to go live. So once it hits the end of April into May, then we'll get the ball rolling and then we'll start off from there.
Noreen's putting laughing faces. Definitely. Check it out, guys. Have you got a time roughly that you will be doing it, Nicky?
Around about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
8:30, 9 o'clock, guys. Tune in. Tune in to the Daft Antics. I'll be tuning in, guys. Definitely. So, Nicky, where's the best place you've ever explored and got really hard concrete evidence?
My most first ever investigation ever was Drakelow Tunnels in Kidderminster. I absolutely loved it there. I just found it so eerie. Like when you watch the horror film, Saw, and then you get the torture rooms where you get like the paint peeling off the wall and chipped and stuff and the mucky tiles. That's exactly how it was. And the old BBC radios were still there, as just frozen in time. Even the beds were still made. bunk beds and it's so eerie.
Uh-huh.
And I picked up on an Irishman down there, and apparently he's the one that haunts the. With me, I like being a genuine psychic. I like knowing anything about a location before I go. And whenever we're going to a location, the team don't tell me where we're going. If I get something, I get something. If I don't. That's the way I work, and that's the way I'll always do it. But I like going to this place in Wetherby. It's between Wetherby and Harrogate. It's called Spofford Castle, and that's my favourite location. I love it there. It's like Whitby Abbey, but in a castle, fortified manor house castle. But yeah, I love it there. We go there all the time, and we plan to do a Dusk Till Dawn investigation at Spofford Castle in the coming months. So that should be fun.
Ooh. I need to check that out because I know that you guys do put a lot of your work up because I have seen it on Ellen's TikTok. So hi Irene, hello Megalodon.
Hey Scott.
Guys, please check out Paranormal Jackass on TikTok. Hey Gary Fields.
Hi Gary.
But yeah, I definitely know. And Irene says hi guys. I totally agree with how you do it when you say about not knowing a place as a medium. I worked with mediums and I like how you guys don't know like the place and don't know anything about the history, and it's always good that way. Because at least then you're going with your senses.
Definitely. I think that's the best thing you can ever take. Yeah, it's fine taking equipment, things going off, cat balls flashing, but I think the best thing you can ever take is your own mind, your own senses, and yourself. I think those are the things that can't be picked up by any gadget. So I think your intuition and your own senses is the best thing you can ever take.
Pleasure.
Oh, when you've got a hug for Irene.
Oh, thank you, Irene. Hello.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's places I walked into and I can't explain it. I have got people drop jaws because I've come out with and I can't explain it. Like, came to me and I've just said it and I've got responses and it's just like, how do you know that, Lois? I don't know. I can't explain that.
Well, I like it the way you put your Willow Rose Cherokee, and Cherokee in shamanic law was the universal supreme empath of the Cherokee Nation. So that's pretty cool that you put that name. So Cherokee empath.
Enough, that was actually a spur of the moment thing. That wasn't actually intent. That was actually a spur of the moment.
Yeah, in the shamanic community, Cherokees in Native American tradition, Cherokee empath is the most powerful empath, and they're the rare ones of Cherokees. So it's fitting that you have those qualities.
See, you've taught me something tonight, my love. Scott says, I just wanted to stop in and say hi and share out. I have to get ready. Have a good one, sweetheart, and I'll catch up.
Brother.
Sleep.
Have a good time.
Spring has arrived in Tokyo, and don't make me jealous, Irene.
Cherry blossoms, I love them. They are so pretty.
Cherry blossoms are starting to come out here as well.
Yeah.
I absolutely love them. Right now, all I can hear is Tokyo music in my head, and to see the cherry blossoms coming off the trees.
Yeah.
Thanks, Irene. But apart from that, investigations, it doesn't happen all the time, but if I can get a feel of a place and I go with it and it does really hit me, then I'll go for it. I definitely will go for it.
I think one of the I think one of the things that I've learned over my time here in this community is the first thing that comes to your mind is the message. The second time it comes into your head is your brain rearranging it to make sense to your own self. But say the first thing that comes to your mind, I teach this in my workshops. First thing that comes to your mind, say it, because even if it sounds strange, it can make sense to another person.
Well, I used to do development classes with Barry John.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And what that man opened up inside me, I loved it. I definitely loved it.
I've heard he's a good guy, Barry John.
Oh, Barry John, he's amazing. He really is amazing. He's like you. He's a gentle soul. He is a really gentle soul.
Yeah.
You men get questions for Nicky?
Only the typical run-of-the-mill questions, really. Like, all right, you know, where is the favourite place you've investigated?
Ooh, well, there was one place what still creeps me out on our team, and it's actually been demolished now. We called it The Mill, but we called it our nemesis, and it was a place called Horbury Mill in Wakefield. And that had a lot of history, deaths in the River Calder in West Yorkshire, and that's place still freaks us out. And you know, you got something different every time. You know, I got taken over. My friend had to bring me back because I sort of got whacked at my body, and then she whiplashed me back in. But yeah, Horbury Mill, you know, that's one of the best places. EVPs, you know, cat ball action, you know, everything. It just ticks all the boxes, to be honest. It's next to the River Calder, so near the water, it amplifies the energy. So that's even.
Yeah.
I've got a video of Horbury Mill on my team's White Rose Paranormal Investigations YouTube channel. So if you ever look for us on YouTube, we're just type in White Rose Paranormal. Will pop up, and we've got Horbury Mill on there, and that's really creepy. It's the graffiti in there is absolutely phenomenal, you know, but it's all derelict now. You know, it's unsafe, but yeah, it's been knocked down. So it's a bummer, but yeah, that's one of the best places, and it still freaks me out.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is definitely one. See, that's the shit thing. See, when places get destroyed, and then you hear about them, and you think to yourself, "I would have loved to have seen that."
Yeah,
I mean, it's like that with Borley Rectory.
Yeah,
I've
seen the film. I've seen the film.
Borley Rectory itself was an awesome place when you look at it and the pictures. You know, it had a lot of history attached to it, a lot of paranormal activity to it, and obviously, when it got burnt down, the only choice was to demolish it.
Yeah.
And all that was left was the stories that were told about the place.
Yeah.
And I myself only live about 45 minutes down the road from it.
Yeah.
And as a sort of a young, late teenager, me and my friends all decided to pile over there just to see what it was like. And obviously all there is there's marks where you can see where the foundations used to be.
Yeah.
For the actual rectory.
Yeah.
But we'd always heard the rumour that if you walked around the foundation stones 3 times, the nun will appear.
Oh, wow.
And so we always used to go up. We used to go over there and see if we could get that far and sort of see if we can see the nun.
Yeah.
And we never fully completed the 3 circuits around the rectory.
Wow.
We always chickened out before we got to the end of the 3rd. And one particular night we went round, and I think we were only about 1.5 times round it.
Yeah.
And you know when you hear a fox bark or scream, it sounds like a human being screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We heard that, and everybody started to run. That was it. one person had to start it, and then everybody else followed suit. We all started running, thinking something was there and being attacked or whatever.
Yeah.
So we all started running, and we had to go through the graveyard to get to my car. So we've all gone through the graveyard. I, at that time, told my girlfriend, do not run on the gravestones because it's disrespectful. And as we're running through, she trips up. I hear her go, oh, goes over. I've turned around. She's sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
I went back, turned around and picked her up. We got back to the car and she kept complaining that her ankle was burning.
Yeah.
So I said, well, you probably sprained it. You've twisted it on something and you've sprained your ankle. And she goes, I don't know what it was I stood on. I said, well, you must have stood on something. She lifted up her trouser leg and took off her shoe and her sock. And no word of a lie, she had 4 fingerprints on one side of her ankle and a thumbprint on the other.
Yeah.
And I turned around to her and I said, I know what you've done. She went, what? I said, you've gone on a gravestone.
Yeah.
And at first I told her that she'd tripped on the grave. But then once I'd seen the ankle, my mind changed. And as a result of that, we never went back.
Right. Wow.
Not one of us ever went back to Borley Rectory. We just refused to go back there.
Wow.
What's there now, Wayne?
Sorry?
What's there now? What's on top of it now?
At the moment, there isn't anything there at the moment. It's still open fields, but they are trying to develop on it.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting what they put there instead. The church is still there.
Yeah.
But the rectory itself has gone and they're trying to develop it. So it's likely to be houses will get put in once the decision's been made.
Yeah. I hate when they do that.
So it will be interested if anything that's built on top of the foundations for the rectory become haunted.
Yeah.
It probably will do.
I would like to sort of, in a way, I don't know, it's curiosity, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'd like to make contact with anybody that buys them houses and say to them, you know, have you had any strange things going on in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like close to me, the housing estate close to me, and it's got the old fever hospital. I got one literally down the road. It's literally 10 minutes away from me, and you still see the old teapots and coal and everything. But as I've come to realise, there's a housing estate close to me, and they're getting all these hauntings. You know, like people said to me, "Why is my house haunted?" And getting all this activity. It's a newly built house. I'm like, well, it's not always the house that's haunted; it's the land. So whatever's built over something, it's putting layers and layers and layers over, and it's building up in power. So
yeah. Do you know what? I love ley lines because I heavily agree with them because when I first started investigating in Peebles.
Yeah.
Peebles is a witchcraft town. Investigated 2 places there, and they were having the exact identical problems, and it was because of the ley lines. I loved it. I'm very fascinated, and I can't wait to July. I'm absolutely looking forward to it because I'm dying to go to the end of season. In fact, I've got my bags packed. I'm like that.
No, that's just because you want me to take you down to where the site is.
That's of course. It's like big hugs. You
just want me to hold your hand. That's all it is.
Come on, Wayne. I know you wanna. Irene, it said, has your guest ever been really scared or creeped out by a nasty spirit or dark entity? I know we've had plenty of them here in Tokyo. They're not afraid to hurt you. Nicky, you ever been really scared or creeped out by a really nasty spirit or a dark entity?
There was this one location back in 2020 when I first joined White Rose. We used to go out with different teams, and we went to a place in Chesterfield called Lucifer's Lodge, it was known as. And we went there, and I just picked up on ley lines as you just clicked a memory. I picked up on ley lines and Cliff did the history, and there was a ley line on that particular spot, so I would bang on with that. And then they went upstairs and they had this archaic symbols, and they had all these archaic symbols known as Enochian magic, and there were all these runes and they didn't know how to interpret them, so I interpreted all the runic alphabet and the Enochian magical symbols. So I translated them all, and I said, it's necromancy, so they're actually doing this thing called Baphomet, and it's usually as a spell known to many covens called Transfera Connectica, and it's basically to transfer one energy to place it in something else. So whatever they wanted, the big thing on the wall, and it looked like chuffing blood, like they were doing, but there were like splats of blood from people's hands and stuff, and then there were red paint.
Blood magic.
Yeah, blood magic is one of the most powerful magics because it can't be broken. Only the bloodline could break that thing with blood magic. But they were doing. They were doing a spell called Transfera Connectica, and they wanted to transfer whatever was stuck in that building and land that couldn't move because it was grounded. They wanted to transfer it into an object, as people know as Dibbet boxes, just to transfer it somewhere else. But I said, it's a horn thing known as Baphomet. In paganism, and stuff like that. But Baphomet, was the horned thingy, and we went upstairs and there was a horned thing, and it was Baphomet. So I translated it all, runic alphabet, archaic symbols, specialize in that. But I transferred it all, and brilliant. That place was dark, and I mean, people were practicing candle magic there. There was all sorts of energy, just layers and layers of it. It was a paranormal hotspot, but now it's a housing estate. It was known as Lucifer's Lodge in Chesterfield, as people called it in the community. But yeah, that place is pretty dark, and I say good luck to anyone that's in that housing estate now, because I don't fancy eating my Weetabix on a morning and then there's chuffing someone horned at the end of chuffing's kitchen. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think I'd pass on my bowl and ask him to join in.
Come on, more the merrier.
Would you like a bowl of cornflakes?
Peg's asking, do you prefer investigating on your own or with a few others?
To be honest, I do like going on my own, and explore. I like exploring graveyards, abandoned buildings, try and go wherever I can to build content up as teams, channel and stuff like that in this group. But there's nothing better being with your mates, your team, enjoying the moments together, because it's all about connection, isn't it? And I believe, there's nothing better.
If you're ever looking
there's nothing
to hook up with someone, there's a man. There's the man to hook up with, because that man is really good at and he's knowledgeable. Craig Steve.
Yeah, wow.
Definitely. Ghostwave Paranormal. Check them out. They're in Hertfordshire.
Wow.
I think the problem is when you go out on your own, if the comparison between going out on your own and going with a group is if you're on your own and the energy isn't there.
Yeah.
It's harder to get any of that evidence. Yet when you've got a group, there's more energy.
Yeah.
And I think as well, others can confirm anything that happens.
You're boosting me.
And I've gone out on my own before the places, and I'm thinking, I've just heard this, but I've got no one that can confirm it.
Yeah, well, usually if we go to places on its own, that's anywhere near us, we just mainly go for a recce just to check it out, see if it's accessible, if it's safe, and then we'll go there as a team and see what we can get. Sometimes you get something, sometimes you get diddly squats, so it's the way it is,
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Well, always make sure that you have 2 pair of trousers on, and don't be like me and put a hole in your bum. But it's definitely I prefer I mean, I like to go on my own, but I do like the company. I do like the company. But as you say, if it's going to look at places myself, I don't mind going myself. I really
think
don't
one of the
mind.
best things though, just think, if there was invisible hidden cameras at a location you didn't know they were there, and it were filming all over the world in every country, and all the stuff that you get up to that people don't see behind the scenes, all the shenanigans, the laughter, the random shizzle, it's brilliant. But we try and capture.
Do you know what? You've given me an idea now. I think I'll do that in a couple of weeks' time. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go to the location that we're booked in to go into to do a bit of filming, and I'm going to set up some secret cameras before everybody else gets there.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell them they're there.
Oh, fantastic! That'd be brilliant. Fantastic! That'll be so funny.
Craig says, not as scary as being with Will in a dark house. Craig, it wasn't my fault. I thought I was grabbing the rail. I didn't realise I was grabbing your bum. I told you it was an accident. It was an accident. God.
But was it a rail?
I apologise.
I just thank God she said bum and not anything else.
That's what I was expecting her to say.
Yeah.
Well, it could have been worse, but well, if you let's just say, if you are ever in an investigation and I accidentally grab your rod, well, it's not my fault.
It's when you turn around and say, "I'm sure dowsing rods are not supposed to be this thick," then I will be panicking. Just saying.
Well, if it just happens to be in my road and it's the first thing before and I grab something, I'll just say,
the only problem is if you fall down in the road and that's the first thing you grab, I think anybody else would be falling down in the road as well.
We are terrible. Mr. Stevens, you corrupt my show every time. I blame you. Anyway, Nicky, I bet you regret coming on now. I bet you're like that, oh God's sake.
No, I feel right at home, actually. I feel right at home.
That's what the show's all about.
Yeah.
That's what
we have that effect on people.
Yeah.
You're usually saying, when am I coming back? We're like, you're coming back? Oh, Christ. In fact, one of our guests, God love him, he's like that. When can I come back on?
So she's like a spider because we all came on as guests and now we're stuck here.
Yeah.
No doubt you'll want me back on because I think you're all ace. You're fantastic.
Yeah, good.
Well, in that case, darling, sweet cheeks.
Yes,
I'll slowly leave the breadcrumbs for you to come into the dungeon.
Did you before you came onto this live, did you bring a ball of string with you so you can find your way out again? Because none of us did.
I'll tell you what, though, if Lois had hit me, not even Google Maps will be able to find me because her blows will knock you out.
Well, I'll tell you what. What's your favourite sweeties?
Rhubarb and custard hard-boiled sweets.
Good man. Good flavour.
That's fine.
You've just reminded me I've got 2 rhubarb pies in the fridge to eat.
My childhood, I loved it. Coming home from school, my mum would make us a hot chocolate, and we used to get rhubarb and dip it in cane sugar. I used to love it.
Yeah.
We went shopping in Tesco's last night, and they brought out we went into the bakery section, and they brought out all these pies, and they were like 70p a pie.
Mm.
And Ellen goes, "Oh, look at that! It's a rhubarb pie." I said, "Oh, I'll have that." And then she started looking through and found what she thought was an apple pie.
Yeah.
She put it back, and I said to her, "Look, if you want an apple pie, go and get one." So
Yeah.
she went back, picked up the pie, thought it was an apple pie, and put it in the trolley.
Yeah.
I went to put them in the fridge. And I picked it up and I went, "We got 2 rhubarb pies here." Oh, what?
I won't be complaining.
No,
I'm not. She's not
nice
keen on
one.
rhubarb.
Right, okay.
Well, in that case, Wayne, I need them. Chuck them up to me. I need them.
They're going to be gone.
Oh, you suck.
They will be gone before they even get near a post office. And that's along with the sticky Korean barbecue chicken and rice that we brought as well.
Sounds so nice.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
I do love going into Tesco's any time between 7 and 9 when they start doing the reductions, and you go in there and there's all these people that won't touch it. So I go in there and go, "Thank you very much. I'll come out with a handful."
I tell you what, being in the supermarket right late at night and you're only one of the few customers in there, and you just have a sense of freedom. You're just like there dancing to the music down the aisles, and I love it.
That's what I liked when they were open 24/7.
Yeah,
they were open all night through, but now our ones they're not open 24/7 anymore. They shut at midnight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, that's so unfair.
We've got a 24-hour. We've got a 24-hour Asda in Morley, which I'm more closer to Leeds and West Yorkshire than I am Wakefield. But Morley's literally down the road, and I go there and I love it. I just buy loads of shite that I don't.
I used to do that though, go out on investigations, and I always did one or two things. On the way home, it was a case of stopping at the 24-hour McDonald's, or it was going into the 24-hour supermarket, walking through the aisles, and just grabbing what you could.
Yeah.
Everybody behave. Auntie Joni's on, and let's all behave now.
Hey, John.
Craig says, I made a rhubarb pie once. It was a foot long and an inch wide. Aye, I don't trust your cooking. Do you know what?
Did it have custard?
I prefer if it was an apple crumble. I will fight you all for apple crumble.
I'm a big fan of I'm a big fan of the Morrison's cherry pies. I love them.
I love cherry pies.
Oh, cherry. Yeah,
I love cherries because it stops me from getting gout.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of, custard. I love my custard donuts. They're my favourite. I love them. Whenever I'm at the supermarket, I have to get my custard.
Even better. That means I need to put custard donuts out.
Yeah.
So when you do you and White Rose Paranormal, do you do public events?
We did one in Liverpool. It was a paid event, and that was, I can't remember what company it was. We paid to go out with them, and I ended up. It was funny actually because we went to Newsham Mental Asylum in Liverpool.
Yep.
And it was other people was there, different teams and stuff, but not other teams. It was just other guests, random members of the public wanting to have a good night out and stuff. But there was this events company, and one of the people that run the event says, "Is there any mediums here?" And I'm like, I am not saying a word. I'm thinking, because if they're saying, "Is there any mediums here?" No one's saying no. And I said, "Don't say shit." My team go up to me, put my arm up. Here's our medium. Right, okay. I ended up doing psychic stuff with all 9 groups that were there. I paid to stay the night. At the event, and I ended up working with the events company, and working with their different groups, and I really didn't get time to investigate myself. I think the only bit of content I've got, which is on his YouTube channel, we went to the Naughty Boys corridor and the ward where they put the patients, and that's the only content I got. I didn't get any more content. I think I got about 8, maybe 10 minutes or so worth of content. And I ended up working for the events company, and I'm like, I wanted to have a decent night with my team and do it, film and God, it was a nightmare.
There's nothing worse than having that happen. I had the same at Colchester Castle. This team had organised this special event. They'd got all the people in. The team was there. They invited me up as a special guest, and I said, "Well, do you want me to bring my books along?" So they're like, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, bring your books with you." So I brought my books, set them up on a table, and they did all this, the greetings and everything else. And then all of a sudden she turned around and she said, "No, we've got Wayne Seaton up the back, who's brought his books along with him. So if you want to go and see him about purchasing any books, he's up the back there." They all sort of come over. I sold a couple of sets of books, and then the organizer come over and said, "Oh, can you work with the team?" I'm like, "Seriously, you've invited me up here as a guest, and now you want me to work a team?"
Wow.
And I just thought, really, it was a bit annoying. And I do get annoyed by it when that happens, because you want to go out and enjoy the night with your team, rather than working it, But I don't know, if I hadn't have done that. I mean, I earned from it as well, so it really didn't bother me. But it was a bit annoying when you got the people there and they turn around and say, "Can you work it?"
Craig says, on an investigation once, we had a very strong smell of bacon. No explanation, as nothing nearby. It lasted about 30 seconds. See, they were trying to tempt you.
Hi, Nigel.
Hi, Nigel. I hope you're doing well, my love. But I can imagine how annoying that is, especially when you want a night off and then you're getting dragged away.
And it was funny because we stayed in Liverpool overnight and we did a 6-hour investigation at Newsham Mental Asylum, and I worked all night with the events company with all 9 different groups. I didn't get any really thing for myself and my team, but the next day we travelled all the way back from Merseyside all the way back to West Yorkshire, and we did a mediumship night, as team had organised mediumship night, and I was doing a demonstration the next day. So I ended up working the whole entire night medium wise at Liverpool. I literally had 2 hours sleep in the Premier Inn, and we drove back and we literally did another event, that we had, and it was really good. It was a really good night, the mediumship night. Everyone enjoyed the messages, it was sold out, and which was fantastic. But it was a knackering 24 hours.
Oh, and I bet you slept for days afterwards.
I did. I burnt myself out, honestly. Especially I've worked with other people, over years. In mediumship nights, psychic events, I recently did one in. I recently went to 30 East Drive. I went there with my friends, not the team, but my friends said, "Do you fancy coming along?" So we paid for a sleepover at 30 East Drive. But I didn't find it one thing. I'll be honest. A lot of people say, the Black Monk, Pontefract, but I didn't find it anything negative. It felt like I what was her name? Was it Joan or something? I can't remember her name. The lady. Yeah, her armchair was for the house. It was an original piece, and it 30 East Drive to me, I didn't sense nothing that we got some decent activity, we're messing with his equipment, but some things that we captured on camera, it went into his devices, into his gallery, his camera roll, and some of the videos would not play, so they sort of didn't want anything, good going out. But it was just more like I entered the building and it was nothing negative. It just felt like you're going to your grandma's house and she won't let you leave without with an empty belly. That's how it felt. It's so cozy.
Jean Pritchard lived there.
Jean Pritchard, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't find it.
I mean, I was there in August and hardly anything happened. And it wasn't until we went to leave the following morning, we were packing all the gear up, and there was only 4 of us left, and we're all sitting by or standing around the piano talking.
Yeah.
And we heard, I think I counted 8 footsteps.
Yeah.
Above my head in the bedroom that was above where the piano sits downstairs.
Yeah.
So we all heard it, and I'm like, we're the only ones here. What was that?
Yeah.
And someone went footsteps. And as soon as they said footsteps, I ran down to the front, up the stairs, into that room, and there was nothing there.
Yeah.
So I've gone back downstairs, but there's nothing there. There's nothing out of place.
Yeah.
I said, but I heard it. How many steps did you hear? And they all said, we heard 8 footsteps. And I'm like, right, okay.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing we got all night.
Yeah, there were one point where there was other guests and stuff, and you know, that I paid to go to the sleepover. It was a full 12-hour investigation. It was brilliant. You know, we really bonded with the host, Neil, and he were really, really kind. You know, we clicked straight away. He was a medium as well, under the SNU, so that's pretty neat. But yeah, I temporarily opened up my friends that came to me with the to the event. So I opened up the third eyes and stuff, you know, guarded and grounded them, you know, gave them all the protection that they need. And I said there was a part-time psychics for the night because I'm not going to do it all on my own. I've been the only psychic there, and then not knowing that Neil, the host of the event, you know, was a psychic as well. So that was pretty brilliant. But opening up my friends for the night, you know, they could see what I could see. We in the hallway where the living door is and the kitchen door, where banister is covered under the stairs. There was this lady in like a nightgown, and she were waving at us, and then my friends could see it as well. And we took a picture, and you could see an outline of a lady, and it looked like a nightie, and that was pretty neat. And we got a few cat ball action, you know, in the rooms. But I think the most thing that really the push that I really in the coal shed, I went to go sit down in there, and it was sort of a weird experience. It was like my bum cheeks had sort of lifted up. It was like a magnetic push, like north with north and south with south. You know, like pushing up like that. Yeah. And it was like I was trying to sit down. It was like a magnetic force pushing me away, and you know, it was a right weird sensation. But you know, it was good night regardless. You know, but yeah, a very cozy place, I think.
Yeah. I didn't pick up anything negative there myself.
Not at all.
Do you know what? I think we strive, to be honest with you. I've heard it getting more bad reviews than good reviews, to be honest.
Yeah.
Craig says when he was there, he got cracking AVP from the second bedroom.
Yeah.
East Drive. Nigel says he's up. He's waiting for his test results now. After he needs to go for a MIR scan on his foot. Oh, keep us updated, Nigel.
Please keep us updated, Nigel, mate. Keep us updated.
But like 30 East Drive, I've heard more bad reports than good reports about 30 East Drive. So I wouldn't say it's somewhere that I would be absolutely bursting to go.
Yeah. I mean, it's the problem is East Drive is well known.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It has also become more popular because of the film When the Lights Went Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lights Went Out has portrayed that place in a really bad light with the Black Monk and all of this. But when you look at it all and the statistics of that place, like you said, the chances of the Black Monk being there are very slim. The place does not feel negative in any way, shape or form. And the activity comes and goes, which is what happens in any location.
Yeah.
You know, you could go to the most haunted place in the whole wide world, and you could go there 6 times, and maybe only 2 of them times may you hear or see something.
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed it's going to happen. So, you know, this is where the bad reviews come from, because the people go there and not much happens, and they go, I've come away from there disappointed. I expected more. Well, no, you can't expect spirit to do what you want it to do when you want it to do.
They have free will as well, don't they? So, you know.
Yeah.
I will tell you what I saw, and this is serious. Right hand up to God right now. Right? I was a Scottish team, will remain nameless. They all looked like they fell out of the jail, but no judging. They were at 30th Drive, and their words, not mine, that the owner was well off. They paid good money, and the place was like a shithole. And he could afford to put better carpets. Oh, they were tearing 30th Drive shreds, and I'm like that.
But the thing is, when you look at the place is as it was when the so-called incidences happened.
Yeah.
The film production crew were the ones that redecorated that house to look like it did when the incidences were occurring. Now, partially, they are fed up and peed off. That's why they left a bad review, that they've travelled all the way down from Scotland. They've paid good money to go there, and they've been disappointed.
Yeah.
So they have just found fault with anything they could to rip it to pieces by turning around and going, oh, the carpets look like something out of the 70s. Yeah, well, they're supposed to look like they're out of the 70s.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's like...
They all look like they came out of the jail.
Yeah, but it looks like it's being hard done by when you get a jam donut and find that only one of the 4 of the 5 donuts have only got jam in. You know, and you kick off over it, and you're like, oh, for God's sake, you've had 4, you greedy sod. Why are you complaining about the odd one not and having that much jam in it?
Exactly.
You know,
guys, I want to begin to thank, obviously, the beautiful Nicky for coming on. I know it's your first time, and I hope everything's went well for you tonight. Can I just say how brave you are and how amazing you've been? Honestly,
thank you for having me.
You have been wow. You really have been wow. Do you want to tell people where they can find you?
So yeah, we have a group on Facebook, White Rose Paranormal Investigations, and we have a YouTube channel with the same name. And we also have a new podcast page that we're doing, and we'll get the ball rolling in May doing podcasts. We'll try and get guests on as much as we can, and that's called How It Goes with White Rose Podcast. So give us a follow, give us a join, and if you have a page or anything, share it in, and we'll follow you back. So, you know, every little helps. You know, we help each other out in this community. You know, it's all about the love, isn't it?
But you can't say that because you'll start sounding like Tesco's. You know, you can't just say every little helps.
You know what I mean? It's not advertising.
Definitely. Tomorrow night, guys, we'll have Michael Koff on, and then me and Wayne are on another podcast straight after. We are on Lost Through the Rabbit Hole with Josh. So it'll be me, Josh, Wayne, and whoever else talking about aliens.
Oh, lovely.
All sorts. We might even be talking about cryptids.
And cryptids and bugs and talking about all sorts. But everybody have a good night and please stay safe, and we will see you tomorrow night. Bye everyone.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
See you.
Microwave.
Bye.